Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English Simply channel. Today, we have an exciting story for you called A Visit to the Airport. This story is perfect for beginner or even intermediate English learners and will help you learn new English vocabulary related to travel and transportation. Join Sarah and her family as they navigate through the airport, experience the thrill of flying, and learn an important lesson about airport and patience. Make sure to watch till the end for an amazing vocabulary list. Before we continue, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more fun and educational content. Now, let's see what happens next as Sarah and her family get ready to board their flight. Remember to pay attention to the new words you hear, as they will help you improve your English skills. Introduction. Sarah was a young girl who loved adventures. One sunny Saturday morning, she and her family planned a trip to visit her grandparents in another city. This meant they would have to go to the airport, and Sarah was thrilled. She had never been to an airport before, and the idea of flying in an airplane filled her with excitement. Arrival at the airport. Sarah and her family arrived at the airport early in the morning. The place was bustling with people. There were travelers with suitcases, families with children, and airport staff in uniforms. The airport was a large building with many floors and long hallways. Sarah held her mother's hand tightly as they walked towards the entrance. Check-in process. First, they went to the check-in counter. The friendly lady at the counter asked for their tickets and passports. She printed their boarding passes and tagged their luggage. Sarah watched as their suitcases disappeared on a conveyor belt. "Where are our bags going?" she asked. Her father explained that the bags were being taken to the airplane and they would meet them there. Security check. Next, they went through security. Sarah had to take off her shoes and put her backpack on a tray. She walked through a metal detector, which made a beep sound. The security officer smiled and said, "It's okay, you can go through." Sarah was a bit nervous, but followed her parents closely. Waiting at the gate. After security, they walked to their gate. There were many gates, each with a number and a destination. Sarah found a seat by the window where she could watch the airplanes take off and land. They had some time before their flight, so they decided to have breakfast. Her mother bought some sandwiches and juice. As they ate, Sarah's father reminded her that traveling often involved waiting. "Patience is important, Sarah," he said. "Sometimes things don't happen as quickly as we want, but we must wait calmly." Boarding the plane. Finally, it was time to board the plane. They showed their boarding passes to the gate agent and walked down a long hallway to the airplane. Sarah was excited, but also a little scared. The airplane was huge, with many rows of seats. They found their seats and buckled their seatbelts. A flight attendant showed them how to use the seatbelt and explain the safety instructions. Takeoff. As the plane started to move, Sarah felt butterflies in her stomach. The plane sped down the runway and lifted into the air. Sarah looked out the window and saw the buildings and cars getting smaller and smaller. She was flying. In the air. During the flight attendants served drinks and snacks. Sarah watched a movie on the screen in front of her seat. She also colored in her coloring book. Her parents reminded her to be patient, as the flight would take a few hours. Sarah practiced being calm and enjoyed the view of the clouds outside the window. Landing and reunion. A moment before continuing the video, we wanted to let you know that this video is actually one of the many lessons available on voicelearn.online. Our free application offers comprehensive English lessons categorized by topics and difficulty levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. For example, you can choose a category like sports and a difficulty level, then access a lot of lessons. Each lesson includes a paragraph or conversation, sentence-by-sentence translations, vocabulary practice, and pronunciation feedback using advanced speech recognition technology.
Measurer.
Plus, you can listen to the text with adjustable speed and track your progress by marking lessons as
Welcome
completed.
to our beginner English.
Welcome to our beginner English lesson on common objects. Welcome to our beginner English lesson on common objects.
Exercises and activities.
He reads a book. He talks on the phone.
Introduction. Sarah was a young girl who loved adventures.
Visit voicelearn.online to explore these features and enhance your English learning experience. Now, let's get back to the story. Landing and reunion. After a while, the plane began to descend. Sarah felt her ears pop as they got closer to the ground. When they landed, everyone clapped. They waited for their turn to get off the plane and walked through the airport to the baggage claim area. Soon, they saw their grandparents waiting for them with big smiles and open arms. Conclusion. Sarah learned that traveling can be exciting and fun, but it also requires patience. She was proud of herself for being calm and patient throughout the journey. The visit to the airport was an adventure she would always remember. Now the important vocabulary. Airport. A place where airplanes take off and land. Adventure. An exciting experience or journey. Airplane. A vehicle designed for air travel. Arrival. The act of coming to a place. Baggage claim. The area where passengers collect their luggage. Boarding pass. A document provided by an airline during check-in. Check-in counter. The place where passengers register for their flight. Conveyor belt. A moving belt that transports luggage. Departure. The act of leaving a place. Destination. The place where someone is going. Flight attendant. A person who assists passengers on a plane. Gate. A point of entry to the airplane. Luggage. Bags and suitcases. Metal detector. A machine that detects metal objects. Passport. An official document that identifies a person and allows travel. Runway. A strip of land where airplanes take off and land. Security check. A process to ensure safety before boarding a plane. Suitcase. A large case for carrying clothes and personal items. Takeoff. The moment when an airplane leaves the ground. Terminal. A building at an airport where passengers arrive and depart. Arrival hall. The area in an airport where passengers arrive. Baggage cart. A cart used to carry luggage. Boarding gate. The place where passengers enter the plane. Cabin. The interior of an airplane. Carry-on. A small bag that passengers can take onto the plane. Customs. The place where travelers declare goods they are bringing into a country. Departure lounge. The area where passengers wait before boarding their flight. Domestic flight. A flight within the same country. Duty-free. Shops in the airport where goods are sold without taxes. Flight number. A specific number assigned to a flight. Gate agent. The airline staff who assist passengers at the boarding gate. Immigration. The process of entering a new country. Itinerary. A detailed plan of a trip. Jet lag. Tiredness caused by a long flight through different time zones. Layover. A short stay at a place while waiting for the next part of the journey. Overhead bin. The storage area above the seats in an airplane. Pilot. The person who flies the airplane. Terminal map. A map showing the layout of the airport. Turbulence. Irregular air movement that can make the plane shake. Window seat. A seat next to the window in an airplane. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the story and learned some new vocabulary. Don't forget to check the description box for a list of the vocabulary words from this story. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And if you want to practice the vocabulary you learned today, visit us at voicelearn.online for the full lesson. See you next time.